Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another edition of the MMT Social Hour. My name is Jesse Fouts, and tonight I'm joined by my fellow MMT Social team member, Jeff Bowman.
How's it going, guys?
And we have a guest in the house tonight because we are joined by Ashley Evans, who is she's come on to talk Minion with us, right? You know Minionese, right, Ashley?
Somewhat, yes, but
somewhat.
Yeah.
That's good because I don't.
Well, Ashley, tell us a little bit about who you are.
I'm, of course, Ashley. I've been with Marvelous Mouse Travels for a little over 5 years now, and I'm located in Tennessee, and I love Universal.
Excellent. Well, we love to hear that. And that's good you love Universal because we are talking about the brand new Minion Land and the new Villain-Con attraction, the Villain-Con Minion Blast. So one really neat thing is all three of us here have experienced the new Villain-Con Minion Blast that's in a soft open phase right now. It hasn't officially opened. So they're in that soft open phase where they're allowing for certain times throughout the day. You can go through the attraction, but all of the rest of the Minion Land is open. So I say we just jump right in and talk about it because I think a lot of people watching this are going to be visiting Universal, and this is probably one of those things they're looking forward to, especially anytime there's a new attraction anywhere, it's pretty exciting. So
yeah.
Let's dive right in and just start talking about this. And as you can see here on the picture, as you come in now from the front gate there at Universal Studios Florida entrance, you are going to be hit with Minion Land right there. It's going to, and I like this. What did you think about it when you guys walked in and saw this for the first time?
I thought it was like a ray of light, like a brightness that just was like, here we are.
Yeah, I really like it. My only question is, what are they going to do with the Pumpkin Lord? Where are they going to put him? Because that's where he was for Halloween.
For Halloween Horror Nights. Well, stay tuned.
And I love this.
It'll be neat to see what they, especially.
I love this little Minion icon thing. It's a great photo op area.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah. Absolutely. And, I think one of the things that, and Ashley, you mentioned this prior to us recording here is, you felt like it really brightens up the land here, brightens up that entrance to Universal Studios. I agree wholeheartedly. And if you visited Universal Studios in the past, you know that this, where Villain-Con is, it used to be Shrek 4D. Rest in peace, Shrek. Shrek is not completely gone from the parks. You can still see the characters Shrek and Fiona and a couple of other, characters out. But so they're, and who knows? We might get some Shrek.
Do a quick Shrek impression for us.
Oh, that'll do, donkey. Okay, all right. That's I'll give you more later. But Shrek is, especially it was great, but I do really enjoy the Minions. I enjoy the Despicable Me franchise, the Minion franchise here. I think they've really built up something. And, again, this is just a great, I guess, addition for families visiting too. So,
yes.
So let's talk about attractions. And one of the things and all three of us on the call, we all have children, different age span. So this is important. So the newest attraction, we've mentioned it a couple times. This is going to be Villain-Con Minion Blast. Tell me a little bit about this. What is this ride? What is Villain-Con? And by the way, if you're watching, spoiler alert. If you don't want to know, go ahead and just turn off and come back and contribute to the conversation. If you're okay being spoiled, continue on. All right, go ahead.
So I would say this is more of an attraction than a ride. There's no ride vehicles, which makes it kind of unique. It's a conveyor belt. But right as you walk in, you're stepping into Villain-Con, just like you would like at a Comic Con. There's booths and a whole bunch of Easter eggs and little tidbits from the movies. There's a lot of details, like there's license plates of all the villains and stuff that are there. It's really cool details from the movies and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought the queue area was super cute and very enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you get onto the conveyor belt, and what you're doing is you pick up a gun and you're trying to score to become a member of the Vicious Six. You're trying to score high enough to become one of the Vicious Six. They're looking for a new member at Villain-Con, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of cool, like I said, cool Easter eggs, cool queue, and fun attraction.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. And you can see the picture here on, if you're watching this, it's probably on your right. You've got the blaster there in the case. You are going to be given a blaster, and it's not connected to anything. That's also really neat. So there's no wire. These guns do have to be charged, but when you pick up the gun, it's going to assign you a name. And one of the things that wasn't operational that you're going to be able to do when this ride fully opens is integrate with the Universal app. And I
power ups.
Inactive, so that'll be really neat for you to have. But yeah, you're walking through this big convention, and then you get this opportunity to go blast things, which is really cool. And yes, like Jeff said, it's unique. It's not a ride per se, as more as it's a unique attraction, so you're not walking. So, you're actually just moving on the conveyor belt. It's kind of like when people walk into Universal Studios on those, the moving walls. They don't walk. They just stand there, right? That's all you're just standing, right? And it was really neat.
Yeah, there's no walking necessary. If you walk, you're going to ruin your score.
Exactly. So one of the things, though, that makes this attraction unique is there's not going to be a height requirement for it.
Which is very new, very different for Universal. Even Cat in the Hat has a height requirement.
Right. But that being said, you are not going to be able to hold an infant or even a toddler on this attraction. They're going to have to be able to stand themselves. So this might rule out, obviously younger guests that are visiting the parks. But again, that's but for your smaller ones that want to go on the attraction, look, this is going to be great for them, even if they can't shoot a gun, just to see. But I want to stop here a minute because my kids are 14 and 10. Ashley, you have a 6-year-old. Is that correct?
6-year-old. Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about their experience with this attraction.
Well, we both didn't really know what to expect going in. And he was a little disappointed at first because he wasn't sure what to do. And the laser gun is larger than what you might get at, say, Buzz Space Ranger Spin or Men in Black. So it was a little harder for him to maneuver.
Yeah.
But I think if we had a chance to go back and do it again, he would know more, the techniques and everything. But I think that's what I would warn people with little kids, that it is large. And I compare it to a super soaker water gun.
Yeah, that's accurate. 100% accurate.
Or a big Nerf gun or something like that.
Yep. And that's even my 10-year-old daughter. I mean, she, because there's actually 2 triggers on the gun. You've got your main blaster trigger, and I think you've got a rocket trigger too.
Yeah, I think that's what will incorporate your power up, is that front trigger. I think with the soft open, it's just a random power up for whatever gun you pick up. So, but
so
use both triggers.
So yeah, I mean, so keep that in mind. But if kids want to go on this too and just check it out, I think it's still going to be aesthetically pleasing for a lot of people to come through this attraction, especially if you're a fan of Minions in any sort. And it's fun because there's some great stuff from the movies there. They even take and not to spoil too much, but you'll see some familiar sights incorporated into the ride, where whereas it's just fun to see it kind of in this Illuminations animated setting, and everything's havoc. You're blasting things, the minions are doing their thing, but it's just overall it's fun. And but see, I guess the greatest question here on this attraction is who can beat Jeff. Now that's the question we have, because I think Jeff is ready to join Villain-Con, and he's ready to become one of the members of the Vicious Six. So definitely something that's. but
we were entering that last room, and Connor was up by 50K, and then somehow I ended up beating him by 50,000 points. So I was like, what? I don't even know what I did, but.
So and here's I think this is another thing. Like, if you've been to Universal Studios and you've done the Men in Black attraction, that there's some secret spots too that you're going to hit with the blaster. There's some the ways to get those points. I believe you're going to see this come out. There's going to be things that you're going to shoot that you wouldn't know to shoot that are going to give you more points. In some ways, you're going to have people that all they're going to do is just point and shoot, right? You're just shooting and you're going to get points, but it does score you out. So at the end, you will see your here's another thing. You're going to be assigned, your gun will have your name assigned to you. I think I was Batty 41 one time. And then I don't know. Can't remember what the second time I did it. I don't know what I was, but
I can't remember.
So you
either.
But you're given a pretty funny name, and then you'll check that score. Your score will be on your gun, but it'll also display on the screen as you're exiting the ride as well. So very neat. So that's the new attraction here in Minions Land, and there's an existing attraction, and already there, and this has been there for several years. This is Despicable Me Minion Mayhem. So I won't park here too much, but this is a fun attraction. If you haven't been on it, if you're a Minions, it's a motion ride, and I know this could be a problem for some just with the motion simulation sickness. But this one does have a height requirement, 40 inches, so not too tall. And you do have to have a supervising companion of if you're under 48 inches. But a very fun attraction nonetheless, that you can do and you can enjoy. But those are the two attractions in Minion Land that you're going to be able to ride now. Now, we don't know this yet, and I don't think it will, because I think, one of the questions that people are going to probably ask is, will Villain-Con actually offer Express Pass? Eventually, yes. I think we saw a queue there, but it probably won't be
a separate line for sure.
Yeah.
But
now, Despicable Me
it took forever to get Hagrid one. Right.
Yeah.
So
no, Hagrid still doesn't have it. Velocicoaster does.
Oh, that's right.
Hagrid's is
right.
Yeah, Hagrid's is still Express Passless. The only way to skip lines is VIP. Yeah. So let's move into food, right? Because you can't have a land without food. That just would not be prudent. So we move on. So let's talk about the main attraction when it comes to food there in Minion Land. So here you have Minion Cafe, and Minion Cafe replaced the Universal's Monsters Cafe. Tell me, did Jeff and I, we did get a meal at Minion Cafe. Ashley, did you have a chance to eat at Minion Cafe?
No, but I looked at the menu. We went to the bakery.
Sure.
So,
and we will talk about that. The bakery there too, but not Minion Cafe. So we'll try not to tease you too much with what's there. But when you walk in, you can expect this is going to be just again, that Minions theme all the way through, and it is just fun. You walk in, and there you have the Minions. They're preparing all their stuff. And then one thing I thought was neat, and there's a lot of Easter eggs hidden around. You can see in the picture on your right, the painting. Underneath the painting, it shows you the steps the Minions took to make this painting, which is really, really neat. And it's just funny because it's just their hijinks, right? But let's talk about this really quick as you come in. When you come in, you're going to get a table, and then you're going to mobile order. And then mobile order, they'll bring it to your table. There's actually a QR code on your table that'll link up with your app. And your app will actually also scan the table if you don't do the QR code to make sure they know where to find you. And you'll order off their menu. And I'm going to say this right now, Jeff. I think this is my new favorite spot to eat at in Universal right now. The food,
I agree 100%. Yeah, it was really good. I think we both got the pork sandwich.
Yep, we did.
It was amazing. The little Minion tater tots that you see here are super good. The portion size is huge, but well worth my time and money. Yeah.
And these are just two things off that menu. They have a really good menu.
I've heard the ramen is really good.
The ramen, they had, I don't think you can go wrong ordering here. But I'll tell you that hot beef and cheese sandwich was great too. I tasted that part of that from my child. So I did the dad tax, right? So I got some of that. But yeah, those Minions, the Minion shaped nuggets, those were really good. I enjoyed those. I thought they had a great batter on them. And yeah, it was filling, and definitely we love that for sure. And there are some desserts that you can order off of that you can get from Bake My Day, which is what we're going to talk about next. And this is the bakery, specialty items that you can get. So the Minion themed, treats that are around. Previously, you could get some of these same Minion treats over in the Silly Stuff shop, which is outside of the Despicable Me Minion Mayhem. So Ashley, tell us, what did you get from Bake My Day? What is it that you got from all these great looking sweet treats?
My child is here. We got banana cream cake pop. The Minion
banana cream.
That's amazing. Me and Jesse and I are both banana pudding connoisseurs. So banana cream.
Yes.
That'll do
it. So in the case, they had macarons. You could get, I think they had like 12 different flavors. They had cupcakes, the Minion candied apples, the s'more treats. I think they had the unicorn s'more treats. And then you mentioned the cake pops. The cake pops, what we got the peanut butter and grape jelly cake pop, and we took the advice of the person behind the shop. I will tell you, it wasn't my jam, pun intended. It wasn't. Nice. I thought that I would like it because I love peanut butter and jelly, and I thought it might be more like one of those. I thought it tastes kind of like an Uncrustable, just a different type of Uncrustable. In a way, it did, but it was the great flavoring that threw me off. But I mean, goodness gracious, all the amount of treats there that you could get, it's just incredible.
Artificial grape flavor is tough.
Yeah.
And those cake pops are huge, so you could easily share it with someone if you wanted to.
Absolutely. So definitely, one of those things to consider if you're going to be getting it. I really should have went for the whoopie pie. I really should have gone for that. I think I missed out. I'm a whoopie pie guy too.
Everyone deserves a whoopie pie.
Who am I kidding? I'm a treats guy. Any treat is fine, so I'll take it all. But I have plenty of time to check it out and get more of what they have to offer. So I'm kind of excited, check it out. So let's talk about some other food offerings in the land. We did not have this one, but there's a little walk-up window just right beside the bakery. It's called the Freeze Ray Pops. And these things look great. And I really wish it was hot when we went.
Yes, it was.
Was it hot? Yeah. As such, it can be here in the summertime in Central Florida. It was very hot, and grape ice pop is so good on a hot day. I think that's
one of my favorite parts of Despicable Me is the freeze ray. The freeze ray.
Freeze ray. But yeah, you can. This another great thing about the freeze ray pops. You can mobile order these, so you don't have to stand in line to order it. There's a mobile order pickup window. Utilize that universal app and get that out. Let's also talk about Pop-A-Nana. So Pop-A-Nana is a popcorn cart stand now. This is now at the very end of the Minions Land on the opposite end, and you will smell this popcorn cart because it smells like popcorn and banana flavor.
But I can't bring myself to eat banana flavored popcorn.
So I thought the same thing. Did you have any, Ashley? Did you try it?
No, I didn't.
That just sounds awesome.
I did. And I'll be honest, I was very skeptical at first because I thought, no, I like my regular popcorn. I'll go for that. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it had a great. It's a different sweet flavor because I think everybody's done caramel popcorn at some point. Right? You've done caramel flavored. Some people have done chocolate.
There's maple flavored popcorn at Epcot too, and that's awful. I don't like that.
Yeah. But I thought this was different. I don't know that I could take it and, I couldn't eat a lot of it just because I think the flavoring, but it was definitely worth getting. And they were if you bought one of the souvenir buckets, they were refilling the buckets. They won't refill the cups. So you have to buy the cup every time. But that is something that you could look into for your visit. And they do. I should have taken a picture of the and I'm going to get it. I think the souvenir Minion popcorn bucket. It's really neat.
The Bob. Yeah,
yep.
that thing's awesome. He's like in his disco thing. You can take the disco outfit off, and there's just the normal Minion overalls. But I want one of those. I don't know why I didn't get one.
Self-control. It was self-control, Joe.
I don't have any of that.
You did a fantastic job.
You're giving me way too much credit. I just didn't have the time.
So speaking of self-control, merchandise, right? Yeah. So you're not going to go into the land without seeing merchandise. So there's a new gift shop. Previously, I mentioned there was the Silly Stuff gift shop that you could visit that has been there. Now, on the other side, you have the Evil Stuff gift shop. Mm-hmm. This is where you're going to find stuff that's, and you see the different minions there themed after the decades of the villain they followed. But I thought this was great. There's some really neat stuff in the store. You can actually buy one of the it's not the actual same type of blaster, but it's a replica blaster that you can use on the attraction here. So
what are they called? Like, what's it called? The Illuminator X? Is that what it is?
Yeah. My son wanted to come home with those, and I said, I don't think that will fit in our suitcase.
I really wish they would have had you buy one, and then you could buy one, and then you could customize it, kind of like how I hate to compare Universal to Disney, but in California at California Adventure at the Spider-Man ride, you can buy web slingers with power-ups and stuff like that. It would have been a cool addition to this, but it's nice that you can just power up your blaster for free through the stuff. So
I wonder if they'll add, as time goes on, they might add some different stuff, or I'd love to see a freeze ray blaster. That would be really cool.
That would be sick.
But there's backpacks in there, shirts, plushes that you can't get everywhere else.
It's really a shame they weren't selling the hats that the members were.
Yes,
the purple and black hats.
I would buy that hat. That hat was so good. But definitely, you will exit through the gift shop when you come off of Villain-Con Minion Blast. So you definitely will walk through this. You can't avoid it if you ride. But of course, just it's neat. Check out some stuff there, and it'd be great. Now, so we have a land, we have attractions, we have food, we have merchandise. You have to have characters, right? And so, definitely that's important. So one of the things I thought was neat here is they opened up, there's this alley, and it's now you're on the other side of you can see the Transformers building right there at the end. And you've got that walk through there. That takes you down. You can't see in this picture because it's a little far. I didn't walk all the way down, again, because it was like 90,000 degrees and there was a line. But you can see just right underneath where it says Illumination, that's where they're going to have some characters out that are going to be themed from the Minions Despicable Me. They had Agnes and Edith out from Despicable Me. Yeah, you do the best Gru. I think that's you got that voice down better than I can. So, but yes, you got that, and of course, you're gonna find minions at some point in the land as well. So whether you're getting off of Despicable Me Minion Mayhem, where you see the dancing minion there, or you might
some of the villains too.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely would be neat to see like Vector or
Vector, or what's the other guy's name? The
80s kid.
Yeah.
I always forget. Now they did have the Bank of Evil too on the land, and I didn't include this picture, and I should have put it in there as kind of my B-reel, but I thought that was great. The Bank of Evil right in between the cafe.
So many Easter eggs in this area. They can hide so many things because it's literally minions breed chaos. So it's like the perfect theme park edition for Universal.
Yep. So overall, like, I think that this one thing it does in this area is it just takes the theming up a notch. And they were able to turn that area around so super quick. I mean,
it makes the park more modern too, because it was lacking a lot of new IP. So so bringing the minions and adding a little more to the land was needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm surprised they haven't done it already. So
yeah.
As much as I love Shrek, rest in peace.
Right.
But this was a good move.
Yeah.
I'd like to see if they're going to do any type of Christmas decoration on Minions Land during the holidays. That'd be pretty cool. Because they have the minion floats that come through, and of course Gru comes through with the girls.
Hello, girls.
So are you planning to visit Minion Land? If you're watching, is this is Minions one of those things that your family likes? I know my children love these movies. I love these movies, and I'm a big kid, right? Like, I think they're funny. I definitely Steve Carell as Gru, but the voice of the Minions, they're so funny. And
Jason Segel as Vector. I didn't even realize he was Vector until about 7 years later.
Yeah, a lot of big names on these projects, but you'll hear the music, some of the music around, and it's great because it's the Minions singing. So you'll hear that inside Minions Cafe. You'll hear it on the ride queue as you're waiting for Villain-Con.
Yeah, we heard "I Swear" by the Minions.
Yeah,
all for one.
Very funny.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so if we want to know if you're watching this or if you're planning, let us know when are you heading down to see this. And my final thought for this again, I think this enhances Universal Studios, which kind of rounds up what they're doing at that park as they start preparing for Epic, right? And as you're coming in and you're, Universal's powerhousing right now. I mean, Velocicoaster, Hagrid's, and you get there and check out Universal Studios and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Now you add this to the resume. We've got we got Halloween Horror Nights coming up.
And if you talk about the other coast with Super Mario World, Universal's killing the theme park game right now.
We drove by where Epic is going, and I thought, well, this is going to be amazing.
Oh yeah, that new coaster.
Yeah,
is going to be
sweet.
And just to see, if they incorporate some of the technology into the queues that you saw with Villain-Con, what they're going to do with the new park, I think I mean, seriously, I will be buying my vacation for Epic as soon as they release it.
100%.
I mean, I'm going to be camped out, waiting for that opening. But yeah, definitely. This, I think, for so many that are coming down and they're visiting, this is going to be a great addition to your vacation. Definitely check out Minions Cafe. Eat there. It is. I think that the food there was fantastic. Check it out. But those are my thoughts. So anything you guys want to share? Any final thoughts you have?
I have something. I don't know about y'all, but I always get the question, what's there for kids? And I feel like this Minions area, we have Seuss Landing, and we have, they're currently working over there next to ET, but I think the Minions gives it a new level for the kids. I think gives them something else. And so I really, really enjoy this addition. And my son, again, he loved it. He loved the area. He thought it was fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to take my daughter there. She's only 2, so it's going to be an interesting go with giving her a gun for the
and make sure and standing on the dots, because
I
was trying to help, and I was trying to help him, and I got on it reminded me of a conveyor at baggage claim. And I kind of stepped off a little bit, and my foot got caught. So I was like,
it'll twist.
Okay, stay on the dot. Stay on the dot.
Yeah, and she's a little fireball, so she probably will break the gun.
I have
throw it on the ground or something. So
2-year-old twin, so I know how it is.
Yep. But yeah, so if you're watching and you're thinking, hey, I should plan a vacation at Universal, don't forget, right now through the end of July, it has been extended the buy 2 get 3 days free. That's a 5-day ticket for the price of a 2-day ticket. No gimmicks there. That is a special that Universal has running. They've also got a fantastic 30% off vacation package that you could purchase for travel all the way through the holiday season. So certain select dates, obviously, they're going to be blocked out, but very great ways to save on a Universal vacation right now. And, definitely, if you are planning a visit, definitely reach out to Marvelous Mouse Travels. You can see in the scrolling ticker at the bottom of the screen. You can reach out to us at marvelousmousetravels.com/contact us. You will be put in touch with a Universal specialized agent that can help you take care of planning that vacation. But yeah, other than that, I think that is all we have. So wherever you're watching from, whatever you're doing, we hope that you have a marvelous rest of your evening. And thank you for joining us for another edition of the MMT Social Hour. Goodbye, everybody.
That sign off was Truman Show-esque.